Diane in Denmark here. Happy Thursday. Hooray, hooray, hooray. Thursday in Flylady land is Errand day. Now, all this week I'm doing a week of Flylady Basics. I'm showing you how I take the Flylady system and make it work for me and my family. And as I've explained to you already this week, it can work for you whether you have a huge mansion, a tiny apartment, whether you have 10 kids or 26 cats. You take the system and you change it up, and I'm showing you this week how I change it up to fit me and my family. So today's Errand day. I'm also going to be checking in with you for our 31 days of exercise challenge. Remember that's the Flylady moving in me. We're just getting a wee bit more exercising today. We're keeping each other accountable here. No skiving off, so I'm going to be telling you about that. But anyway, let me take you into the back of the car and I'll show you what I've got in the car for Errand day. Sometimes I do my errands on my bike. So today I'm doing it in my car because that works better for me. And so anyway, let's take a wee look in the boot. So in the back of the car, in the boot, I've got, oh hold on, sorry, just trains going there. I've got my little basket I take when I'm in the supermarket, and I've got my grocery bags ready to go. We never buy bags here, we always reuse the ones that we've got. Also, I've got a couple of parcels. I'm about to post those. We've got a parcel box here. And the other thing that I've got today are some library books. The usual, the Ellie Griffiths that you know I love, and this one you'll have seen the title on Instagram yesterday. God Mad in Danish has got nothing to do with you know, him upstairs being mad. Go Mill. Go means good and Mill means food, so this is actually a cookbook. There we go. It's actually a cookbook about beer, all about different beers and what you can cook with it. Anyway, enough of that. And I was hoping actually to finish this one today, but I haven't finished it, so that I'm going to keep. I'm quite enjoying it, but it's more than my usual read, so that one will be handed back to the library next time. Anyway, let's get these parcels into the parcel box. So this is the packet box, parcel box, and we're going to press start, and I want to send parcels. Press send, and it just tells us when the box will be emptied, and then it's going to ask me to scan the code, so let me just do that. And then it asks me if I can reach all the boxes despite their height, and I'm going to say yes. And then it's asked me what size of box I want, so I'll say medium, and then a little room opens and I can put my parcel in. And then I close the door, and it will ask me if I want to continue, and it will ask me how I want, if I want it to have email to me, or I'm going to print out a receipt. There we go. And my receipt is printing. Hey, got my receipt. Okay, I'm in our beautiful library and I've made tons of videos about our wonderful Danish libraries. I'm in the section here which is, let me just check, Spanish, French and Italian books, Russian, Tamil. What language do you want? They have it here in Danish libraries, and everything is free in the library here. We've got such fantastic libraries. Anyway, I'm going to hand in these books, see if there's anything for me, and then I'll be heading to the supermarket. So anyway, I'll put a link up there about Danish libraries, and otherwise it's back to the studio. So this is Diane, handing over to Diane. Well, we are back in our warm studio and also dry studio. I don't know if you can hear now, it's pouring with rain outside. I think I managed to avoid most of it. I'll put my hood up. Anyway, before we get more into Errand day and some pointers on how to make it work for you, thanks to the lovely ladies who chime in the comments on YouTube and also on Instagram. Two things that came up. Muriel in Canada, she said that at the moment you can get a free Kindle download of the Dressing Your Truth book. Now I'm not sure if that's just for Canada. You can go and look in your own Kindle store. Also on Kindle Unlimited, Evelyn in the UK, she said you can get the Flylady Chaos to Clean book that I was mentioning. Remember the 31 baby steps, the 31 baby step videos that I made, I'll put them up there, we were talking about them, was it yesterday or the day before? Those are the ones that I made where I took you through 31 days of baby stepping. The ones that Secret Slob used to start off her Flylady journey and see how far she has come. So if you're not a believer yet, go and take a look. So you can get the Chaos to Clean book apparently on Kindle Unlimited. And the other one is Karen, hello Karen, on Instagram. Also Dressing Your Truth, everybody loves Dressing Your Truth. The style kit is on offer just now. Because we're coming up for Mother's Day. And actually, if you are a mum and you're enjoying the Dressing Your Truth thing, maybe you want to put that on your list and ask your kids or your better half for it. Maybe you could get a subscription to Lifestyle just for the month. Remember, I'm not affiliated with Dressing Your Truth, but it's really been a life changer for me. So that you can get a month subscription to Lifestyle where you get all the videos, which really helps you to work out your style and all the extra stuff. So anyway, thanks ladies for chiming in with those, keeping us up to date. So, errand day. I've unpacked my groceries and I didn't go crazy at the supermarket because I had my list. I'd made my list on Tuesday as part of Plan and Play Day. And I'll just show you here. Danish supermarkets at the moment, they are, they're always full of beer, but right now it's right in your face. Let me put up a picture here. And the other thing that you'll see, I'll put up another picture here, is festival kits, which is like a pop-up tent and a couple of festival chairs. Because in Denmark we have so many music festivals, so that's kind of right in your face right now. Anyway, let's talk about Flylady Errand Day. Now, Flylady in Flylady Land, as I like to call it, Thursday is errand day. Listen here, come closer. It doesn't need to be Thursday, it doesn't need to be a fixed day, and I'm going to show you how that works in a moment. When I first started with Flylady, I just followed along on the days that Flylady did things, and did weekly home blessing on a Monday and Plan and Play Day on a Tuesday. And I've showed you with my videos this week how I changed the system to suit me. The system will work for you whether you have a huge home or a small home, whatever your situation, if you adapt it to suit you, okay? There's no kind of, it's kind of one size fits all, but you've got to make it fit. You can't just kind of pull it off the peg and expect it to fit you. So, errand day, what is errand day? Errand day, and listen, you may want to take your control journal, grab a piece of paper and make some notes. I'm going to give you some ideas of things that you would do on your errand day when you're running errands. Okay, I've made a few notes here. Okay, maybe you need to go to the ironmonger, the hardware store. Maybe you've got projects going on, you need to pick up stuff like that. Library, you saw me at the library. Post office, handing in parcels, buying stamps. Dry cleaning, maybe you have to hand things in, pick things up. We try and buy only clothes which are machine washable because it's much better for the environment and much better for your purse, much cheaper, or a wallet, as you should say in American. What about the pharmacy? Maybe you've got medicine you need to pick up. Maybe you go to a farmer's market, maybe you go to the grocery store. The butchers, the fishmongers, the greengrocers. We have a really nice greengrocers. I'm not sure if you'll still have that where you live. But I remember going to the greengrocers with Mum and choosing all the fruit and veg. We have a really nice one in our village. I'll put a picture up here, and I love cycling past it because I can see the seasons changing by what they have outside. Anyway, so all these things that you do when you're outside the house, buying a gift, buying greetings cards, what we're doing is we're kind of putting all those things together, having it on a list so that we're not spending too much, we're not using up too much petrol or gas, we're not kind of in and out the whole time or going, zigzagging around. We're saving time because we're not zigzagging around. We're saving ourselves the stress because, you're out one place and you think, oh, wasn't there something I had to buy here? And then you get home, and your list is sitting there on the kitchen counter. We're just having a list for these things. And I like to have my list set up on my telephone I also make written notes. I'm quite old school style that way. I've been through it before with you. I've showed you how to use the Getting Things Done system, you know, the David Allen system. I'll put a link up there. It works really nicely with the Flylady system, and it's a way where you can organise your thoughts, you know, all those things that you have to do during the week. We're not talking about, you know, the cleaning and decluttering, but all the other stuff, you know, shuttling kids to their activities and getting some me time in for you, all that kind of thing. That goes into the Getting Things Done system. So the link is up there. What you're going to do is you're going to have lists so that you know that when you go out the door, you know what you've got to do, or if you're suddenly, you know, somewhere, you can add in something else. Let me give you a few examples. Sometimes it's really useful for me just to take the car and do all my errand day tasks on one day. I will go to the supermarket, I will stop by the library, post office, pharmacy, whatever, and I get it all done in one fell swoop. Other times it's, you know, maybe I don't have to get that much from the supermarket, so I can do the grocery shopping on my bike. You know, if I'm not doing a huge big shop, I can get them on my bike, and then I fit in the other errand day things as and when the opportunity arises. For example, on Tuesday, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see that I'm kind of out, you know, skinny dipping with Vibeke or Helena. And when I bike through the village on the way home, I pass the pharmacy. And it just made sense for me on Tuesday. I was passing the pharmacy, and I just stopped there and then. It's very quiet at that time in the morning, and I had what I needed to get on my list, and everything for us is electronic, so you just give your social security number and the medicine for me and my daughter, or myself, you know. So it was easy for me just to stop off and do it on Tuesday. Don't think that you have to have it one specific day, and don't think that you have to have it the same every week. As I've just said to you, sometimes it works for me to do the whole thing at once. Other weeks I split it up, but all we're doing is we're having this list prepared, because it's better to be prepared in advance instead of having that overwhelming feeling of, oh, you know, I was meant to be buying something and what was it? It just gives us that peace of mind, and as I said, it really cuts down the stress. It's going to save you money, because when you're at the grocery store, you know, you've already made your list, hopefully your menu on Plan and Play Day. When we're in the zone, I was talking about that yesterday, when we're in zone 2, I think about, oh, do I need to buy kitchen roll? Do I need to buy washing up liquid? So we're with all these little things in the Flylady system, it's all coming together, and it's really going to give you so much more time to do the fun stuff. Oh, just hold on. And you know, when you're at the grocery store, because you've got your list, you're making better food choices for you and your family, because you're not ending up buying beer or a festival kit unless it's on your list. And you know, because I have the things ready to go in the car, my grocery bags, I'm not buying more grocery bags. So it's better for me, I'm saving money, it's better for the environment. So do you see all those tiny little changes? They actually make so much difference, not just for you, but you know, for the economy and also for the environment. So you know, what have you got to lose? Nothing. So anyway, see how you get on with that and try it. See how it works for you. As I say, it may take you a few weeks to get into things. You may need to adjust your lists and say, how does that work in with the rest of the family? But you know, if you're dropping off the kids and they go to Scouts, maybe the supermarket is close by and you can have it on your radar to do your weekly shop when they're at Scouts, and then when, you know, instead of going home and just kind of turning around and having to come back out and get them again, you know, you've done your grocery shops. So you know, think creatively, what's going to save time and stress for you? Main thing is just get it written down, yeah? Because if you don't have it written down, we kind of have all these ideas, but it doesn't really come to anything. Right, oh, and also, enough of errand day, let's move on to something else. Our 31-day exercise challenge. We're all doing really well, and remember, if you're having a bad day, use one of those get out of jail free cards. Yesterday, I didn't really feel like going for a run. And also, I had planned to do a spot of gardening. You know, I came up with a zone system for the garden, and I'm working through that in the moment. And zone 2 is the kitchen, so I've applied zone 2 to the garden. And that is anywhere where we eat or drink in the garden, because that makes sense for me. Zone 2 is kitchen, so it's kind of food stuff and drink. But anyway, I thought to myself, you know, I like to make it fun for myself and a wee bit of a challenge. So I checked my Fitbit steps before I went out into the garden, and I got my welly boots on, and I got my cordless headphones on, and I used the same playlist that I use for when I'm running. And I went out and I wanted to scrub the deck because it's exposed to all the elements and it gets a bit green. And also we feed a lot of birds, so there's lots of bird poop out there. Anyway, I thought I'll scrub it down. I used a bit of algae remover. And I went out and I was scrubbing away, and actually it was really good fun. And when I came in, I checked my steps again, 4,000 steps. So there we are. You do not have to be going to the gym and doing that kind of classic exercise thing. Just think of your chores as exercise. And it's just a more encouraging way to do your chores when you're saying, oh, I'm actually getting a good workout in. And on that note, it may be raining today, but I'm actually quite pleased it's raining just now because it's cleaning off the deck even more. You know, I used the algae remover, but now it's getting a really good wash. And also for the car, the car's getting a wee wash as well, and I don't have to spend any money. Woohoo, good for that. Yesterday I also did the 7-minute app, you know, the high intensity interval training app. I'll put a link again to that down below. So anyway, thanks for checking in and going strong with your exercise habit. And last thing, what else? Anything else? Oh, and I was also down for a swim with Helena. You know, we're skinny dipping. And for all of those who have asked, we're not just in and out of the water. I mean, many skinny dippers, winter bathers do that here in Denmark. But we swim around as much as we can until we get so cold that we have to come out. And normally what I do, because also I had a question yesterday about whether I was fluent in Danish. I'm fluent in Danish, and yes, I do think in Danish. And when I'm swimming, I say 10, 20, 30, 40. I count in Danish, which is 10, 20, 30. So I keep counting to 100 when I'm swimming out there. That's just a thing that just keeps it going for me. Anyway, I'm off to a clothes swap party tonight. Oh, hoping to find some dressing your tooth type 1 items for me. And if I've got time today, I will make a video of the things which I have decluttered, which are not my type and not my style. I'm really enjoying the Dressing Your Truth lifestyle videos. It's been a real eye-opener to why certain things work for me, and even if they're in my colours, why I'm kind of attracted to certain things and not the others. Like, for example, I would never wear ripped jeans. That's just not something, but that's probably because my type 3 energy is the least. You know, I think I'm a 1, 4, 2, 3 in Dressing Your Truth. Anyway, enough about Dressing Your Truth. You'll hear about that another time. All I've got left to say is live long and prosper. May the Danish hygge be with you, even if it's rain. No such thing as bad weather, just inappropriate clothing. And I'll see you tomorrow for the last day of the Flylady Basics. We're going to be talking about date night. You will see our family's snack basket. That's one of our little rituals on a Friday. And we'll be clearing out our handbags, our purses, and because we call a purse for us in English is a purse is a wallet, and a handbag is a purse. And that always confuses me. Anyway, I shall see you tomorrow. Okay, bye for now.